Hello friends and my dear students, welcome back to my channel Phoenix Physics. Today we are going to learn elementary concept of
vector algebra.
In our first lesson, we studied about what is physical quantity, then fundamental quantities and derived quantities. What is physical quantity? Quantities that can be measured and in terms of which laws of physics are described are called physical quantity. Example for this physical quantity is mass, length, time, electric current, etc. These physical quantity has some property. First one is scalar. What is scalar quantity? It is defined as the physical quantity that has only magnitude. Example for this scalar quantity is mass, then speed, then energy. These are all example for this scalar quantity. What is vector quantity? It is defined as the physical quantity that has magnitude as well as direction. Magnitude as well as direction. Example for this vector quantity is force, velocity, then acceleration, linear momentum, etc. How do you mark the vector quantity? For example, force. You know that force is a vector quantity. Just put one arrow on the top. If you mark like this, force is a vector quantity. Okay. So in this arrow mark, this is our tail end and this is head end. Next one is magnitude of a vector. This magnitude of the vector, otherwise called norm of a vector. Actually, the length of the vector is called magnitude of a vector. It is always a positive quantity. Why I am saying positive quantity? Because the magnitude can be denoted like this, modulus. If it is modulus means whether it is positive or negative, we take only positive quantity. That is why I said the magnitude of a vector is always a positive quantity. Consider this is my xy plane. I am going to find out the distance between the 2 points A and B, and A has the coordinate x0, y0 and B has the coordinate x1, y1. How do you calculate the magnitude? What is magnitude? It is nothing but the length of a vector. Okay. So the length or distance is nothing but the magnitude. Here I am going to find out the magnitude AB. Okay. So AB is nothing but root of x1 minus x0 the whole square. This is x1 and this is x0 plus y1 minus y0 the whole square. Here substitute x1 is equal to x and x0 is equal to 0. Similarly, y1 is equal to y and y0 is equal to 0. What do you get? X square plus y square. So, if it is 2D plane means the magnitude is root of x square plus y square. Suppose if you want to find out magnitude in 3D plane. 3D plane means you can write the magnitude as root of x square plus y square plus z square. Okay. This is for 3D, this is for 2D. Up to this clear? Next one is different types of vector. Just now we discussed about what is vector. Okay. So there are three important types of vector. One is equal vector, another one is unit vector, another one is orthogonal vector. Okay. So other than these three, we have some other type also, but in your book they have given only three types: equal vector, unit vector and orthogonal vector. Let us discuss one by one. First one is equal vector. Two vectors A and B, this is my A vector and this is my B vector. Two vectors A and B are said to be equal when they have equal magnitude and same direction. So both are having equal magnitude and same direction, represent same physical quantity. Suppose this vector represent velocity, means this B vector should also represent velocity. So how do you write the equal vector? A is equal to B, means this is equal vector. Here this equal vector need not start at the same initial point. For example, this is my A vector and this is my B vector. Here both the vectors have equal magnitude and same direction, but the starting point is different. So this is also equal vector. So A, how do you represent equal vector? A is equal to B. This equal vector further divided into collinear vector. And this collinear vector further divided into parallel vector and anti-parallel vector. Next one is collinear vector. If two vectors lie along the same line, then they are known as collinear vector. For example, this is my A vector and this is my B vector. Here both the vector lie along the same line, then they are said to be collinear vector. The angle between them is 0 degree or 180 degree. So here the angle is 0 degree. Suppose A vector is like this and B vector is like this, means the angle is 180 degree. Here both the vectors are in opposite direction. Here the angle between them is 180 degree. Next one is parallel vector. If two vectors A and B act in the same direction, here the magnitude is different but both act in the same direction along the same line or on parallel line, the angle between them is 0. Here A vector and B vector both act in the same direction, the angle between them is 0 degree. Okay. Here consider the vector A, another vector B. So here these two vectors act on the same line. Here also the angle between them is 0 degree. For example, consider the wooden box. Okay. So here I am applying force. Due to this force, the box moves to this position. So here the force vector and displacement vector, you know that displacement is a vector quantity. So the force vector, force and displacement act on the same line. So the angle is 0 degree. Up to this clear? Next one is anti-parallel vector. Two vectors A and B are said to be anti-parallel when they are in opposite direction like this. So this is my A vector and this is my B vector. Along the same line means like this. So this is my A vector and this is my B vector. or on parallel. This is parallel line example, this is same line example. Here the angle between them is 180 degree. If it is parallel vector means the angle is 0 degree. If it is anti-parallel vector means the angle is 180 degree. Example for this anti-parallel vector, considered a pulley. So this is my pulley. One end of the rope is connected with the weight and here you pull the rope like this. Okay. Here two types of force acting on the rope. One is F1 force, another one is F2 force. So this force is due to tension and this F2 force is due to weight. Here these two forces act on the same line but opposite direction. So here the angle is 180 degree. This is one example for anti-parallel vector. Next one is unit vector. A vector having unit magnitude is called a unit vector. Unit magnitude means nothing but value 1. Okay. So this unit vector can be denoted as A cap. The symbol is cap. Okay. So A cap is equal to A vector divided by magnitude A. Just now we derived how to calculate magnitude, or we can write it as A vector divided by A. Okay. So how do you find out A? A is equal to cross multiply these two, A into A cap. How do you define unit vector? If a vector is divided by its magnitude, then the vector is said to be unit vector. And this unit vector specifies the direction of the vector quantity. Next one is orthogonal unit vector. Here I, J, K are the unit vectors. I, J, K are the unit vectors act on the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. And these three unit vectors mutually perpendicular to each other. The angle between any two vector, for example, angle between I and K is 90 degree or I and J is 90 degree, then J and K is 90 degree. So the angle between any two vector is 90 degree because these three are mutually perpendicular to each other. So this I, J, K are called orthogonal unit vectors. How do you define orthogonal unit vectors? Two vectors which are perpendicular. Perpendicular means nothing but 90 degree. So two vectors which are perpendicular to each other are called orthogonal vectors. The angle between I and J is 90 degree, angle between JK is 90 degree and angle between IK is 90 degree. So two vectors which are perpendicular to each other are called orthogonal vectors. I hope this video is useful to you. If you like my video, please share and subscribe my video. Thank you.